And let's not forget that SPM is not a Southsider. He's not from California. His case does not fall in the jurisdiction of California prison system. You know, from what I know, he's from South Park, a black gang, right? So he belongs to the brothers.
Out of the handful of videos that I watched so far of different people that have been going at SPM and claiming to expose him, even though most of the shit has already been out there, this guy right here has been the only one to give good points on both sides and still stand on exactly how he feels about SPM. So much respect. But I gotta correct some shit. In Houston and the surrounding cities, we're divided by the North and the South, but we don't refer to each other as a North Sider or a South Sider. If we're from the South Side, we're gonna say I'm from the South Side. So let's get that clear so there's no confusion. But also I gotta explain this. SPM comes from an area called South Park that's on the south side of Houston. In the time of him coming up, that area was mainly black. He was one of the few Mexicans in the area. So that's how he came up with the name, the South Park Mexican. So remember, South Park is an area on the south side of Houston. It's not a gang. Now in the jailhouse and the pen, the street gangs don't control it. The North and the South don't control it. It's ran by the gangs that started off in prison and continue to spread throughout the prisons. So as you can see, things run a little differently in Cali and Texas. But one thing y'all got fucked up is thinking that child molesters move around here safely, because they don't. They get it worse out of anybody. There's plenty of people out there that you could talk to that have been locked up in Texas prisons, and they could tell you how it is and how fucked up it is for them. But they deserve that shit. And apparently, there's so much more to this story that has never been released publicly. The only people that really know full details are probably the closest people to him. But throughout time, little by little, he has talked more and more about exactly what happened and why it happened. But what y'all seem to forget is there is people out there that have been wrongfully convicted by someone lying on them. And the first thing people will say is, oh, I read the paperwork. I understand that. There's paperwork for anything that happens. But is it always correct? Because see, out here in Texas, once you get hit with something, a lot of times you're not going to beat that case, especially if you're someone in the spotlight. And see, what's crazy to me is I was told by somebody that I know that was locked up for over 5 years in the Texas prison system. And I remember he didn't like SPM for shit because of his charges. But I remember after he got out and I chopped it up with him, we started having this whole conversation about SPM. And he explained to me that the G's that run the prison where he's at forced him to show proof that he could be innocent. And he did that. And that's one of the reasons why to this day, he hasn't been hit. So you got to think about it. Really think about it. If you've been locked up, other people that have been locked up out here in Texas, y'all all can confirm that if you get hit with those type of charges, you ain't safe nowhere. Now, I know what y'all are going to say. Oh, he's in protective custody. But come on, really think about it. Even protective custody, you're not protected. Those guards don't give a fuck about you. There's so much shit out there that lets you know how you can get hit. If he's really guilty, he would have been hit. Because see, in the pen, if someone needs to get hit up, they're going to get hit up. There's nowhere they can hide. There's no amount of money that they could put up to keep from getting hit. Any real respectable G is not going to let this much time go by without that work getting put in. He's already been locked up for so long, over 20 years. And you're telling me that not one person has pressed him, not one person has tried to hit him? Think about it. Why is that? It ain't PC. There's so much shit out there that people feel like he was set up. And he even said himself how he was set up. I'm not here to take sides. I'm not here to try to alter your mind on feeling like he's innocent if you feel like he's guilty. I'm not here to do that. All I'm here to say is you can't always believe that the system is right.